Let's be honest. 99% of you are financially dead, and you don't even realize it. You're stuck at level 2 of the wealth game, living in that soul-crushing cycle of paying bills with just enough left over to make you think you're getting by. It feels like treading water, doesn't it? That constant, low-grade anxiety that one surprise car repair or medical bill could wipe you out. You have a job, you pay your bills, but you're not actually getting ahead. You're in the survival zone. This isn't financial living, it's financial survival. It's no surprise that recent studies show that nearly 60% of working Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. But what if I told you there's a secret move at level 4 that can break you out of this trap for good? In this video, I'm going to give you the 7-level map to financial freedom and show you exactly how to make that game-changing play. While everyone else is stuck in an old, broken system, we're going to master the route to true wealth. It's time to stop trading your life for a paycheck and start making your money work for you. And the only shortcut is knowledge. Don't get left behind. Before you can escape the trap, you have to understand how it was built. There are 7 levels of wealth, and the first 2 are where most of the world lives and, financially speaking, dies. Level 1 is financial dependency. This is the cage. This is where we all start out, as kids, completely dependent on others. Unfortunately, a lot of adults get stuck here, unable to cover their own bills without help. Debt is compounding against you, turning yesterday's spending into a long-term burden. You're completely reliant on the next paycheck just to keep your head above water. But most of you watching have probably made it to level 2, financial solvency. And this is the great deception of the middle class. On the surface, you look like you're doing okay. You can support yourself. You've got a job, your bills are paid, you might even have a tiny savings account. But you are one emergency away from a total disaster. There's no real buffer. This is that survival zone I was talking about, where you're still trading 100% of your time for money. Your steady paycheck gives you a false sense of security, but your actual financial situation leaves you totally vulnerable. This is where almost everyone gets stuck. Why? Because it feels just comfortable enough. You're not in a full-blown crisis, so that urgency to make a big, scary change just isn't there. You think you're playing the game, but the truth is, the game is playing you. You're a cog in a machine, making money for everyone but yourself. And that is a form of financial death. There's no growth, no freedom, and no future beyond the next paycheck. But this is the exact moment where the smart players start to pull away from the pack. They don't settle for level 2. They make a plan for level 3. Level 3 is financial stability. This is the first time you can actually take a deep breath. The defining feature of level 3 is having a war chest, an emergency fund with 6 to 12 months of your living expenses tucked away. You're finally free from high-interest debt, like credit cards. You're not just surviving anymore. You're building a real foundation. At this level, you stop saving what's left over. Instead, you treat savings as your most important bill. You pay yourself first. The single most powerful move you can make here is to take every single dime of free money you can get. That means maxing out your employer's 401k match. If your company offers a 5% match, that's a 100% return on your investment right out of the gate. Not taking that free money, which is often vested immediately, isn't just a mistake, it's financial malpractice. Once that match is secured, you open and fund tax-advantaged accounts like a Roth IRA or an HSA. This is how you start building your financial fortress, brick by brick. You're still playing defense, but you've built a moat and put guards on the walls. You have a surplus. You're no longer vulnerable to a surprise attack from a blown transmission or a leaky roof. This level is your launchpad. But here's the huge mistake most people make. When they reach it, they get comfortable. They think the emergency fund is the finish line. They keep saving, but they never learn how to make their money work. And that's why level 4 changes the entire game. Welcome to level 4, financial security. This is the tipping point. This is where you finally stop playing defense and start playing offense. This is where your money starts working for you, instead of you always working for it. The secret move at this level is what I call the portfolio accelerator. and it's built on a powerful investing concept known as the barbell strategy. Forget the tired, traditional advice of putting all your money into moderate risk funds that give you mediocre results. The barbell strategy is all about focus, putting your investments at two opposite ends of the risk spectrum. Here's how it works. You allocate 90% of your investment money into what I call bulletproof titans. These are incredibly safe, resilient assets designed to protect your capital and grow steadily. Think of them as your fortress. Things like government bonds, blue-chip dividend stocks, and broad market index funds. This side of the barbell is your anchor. It protects you from getting wiped out. Now for the fun part. You take the other 10% of your capital and aim for the moon. You invest it in high-growth sectors with asymmetric upside. This is your moonshot portfolio. We're talking about explosive fields like AI and automation, longevity and biotech, and renewable energy. For example, a report from PwC projected that AI alone could add nearly $16 trillion to the global GDP by 2030. This 10% has the potential for 10x, 50x, or even 100x returns. It's a calculated risk. If one of these small, speculative bets goes to zero, you only lose a tiny piece of your portfolio. Your 90% fortress is untouched. But if just one of them hits, it can turn your 20-year journey to financial freedom into a 5-year sprint. This strategy gives you a clearly defined downside with an explosive, life-changing upside. This is the psychological flip. You're no longer just a saver, you're an owner. You own a piece of the future. By shifting your mindset and your strategy at level 4, you completely change your financial destiny. This is the move that separates the wealthy from the middle class. And if you want to master the rules of money and execute plays like this, hitting that subscribe button is your first move. Once you master the secret move at level 4, you unlock the path to the final 3 levels, where real freedom is found. Level 5 is financial independence. This is the original dream. At this stage, the passive income from your investment portfolio now covers all your basic living expenses. You no longer have to work. Work becomes a choice. Something you do because you want to, not because you have to. You have finally achieved what most people only dream of. You bought back your time. But why stop there? Level 6 is financial liberty. This isn't just about covering your needs, it's about funding your dreams. At level 6, your passive income is at least double your expenses. You can travel the world, take up expensive hobbies, and afford luxuries without glancing at the price tag, all paid for by your investments. Your portfolio is now a powerhouse, working overtime to expand your wealth far beyond what you need. And finally, you reach the summit, level 7, financial abundance. This is legacy wealth. You now have more money than you could ever possibly spend. Your focus shifts from your own finances to your impact on the world. This is the stage of large-scale philanthropy, of angel investing in the next generation of innovators, and of building a financial legacy that will support your family for generations. You're no longer just playing the game of money, you are designing the board for others to play on. As you can see, the path from financial dependency to abundance is a clear, 7-level map. But 99% of people are financially dead at level 2, caught in that paycheck-to-paycheck trap because they simply don't know the way out. The single most important takeaway here is the secret move at level 4, the portfolio accelerator. It's the pivot from saving to owning, from defense to offense. It's the moment you deploy the barbell strategy, locking down your foundation with 90% safe assets, while you shoot for the stars with 10% in high-growth sectors. So, what's the first step you can take, right now, from wherever you're standing? First, figure out what it would take to build a 6-month emergency fund. That's your ticket to level 3. Make a plan and automate your savings until you hit that number. Second, start educating yourself on that 10% moonshot portfolio. Begin researching high-growth ETFs in sectors that excite you, whether it's AI, biotech, or clean energy. You don't have to invest $1 today, but you have to start building your knowledge. Because knowledge is the only real shortcut. Now, I have a question for you, and I want you to be honest. What level are you at right now? Drop it in the comments below. Acknowledging where you are is the first and most important step toward getting where you want to go. Thank you for watching. and I'll see you in the next one.